In a rainy night, our MC was smoking in a temple. A monk come out from inside the temple by smelling the smoke of cigarette. The monk called the MC by his name, Kang Jin. The MC looks back and see the monk and also offers him a cigarette, but the monk said he quit smoking. Kang come to offer some money to the temple. He has also come to pay the monk who completed a messed up tattoo on his back, as he takes his money bag and was going to take out the money from it. The monk quickly takes all the money in his money bag and gives him a rope in his hand. Kang was confused why the monk has give him a rope. The monk said that if he wants to die, he should die alone, and told him to choose a tree from there and hang himself with it. By hearing this, Kang laughs and said that he will be going. As he was leaving, the monk questioned him that if he thinks his punishment will be lessened if he comes here before going to kill others. Kang said that there is saying in the underworld, but he couldn't finish his line and said that anyway, this life is wrong, and starts to woke in the rain by saying the monk to take care of himself. As he comes to the main gate of the temple, he saw some teenagers are sitting on the stairs and was exhausted. Kang then goes to them as a gentleman and asked if they need any help. One of the teens told him that if he can carry him up the temple because he is very exhausted. Kang takes the boy on his back and starts to climb the stairs. Kang told the boys that they have chosen a bad day for hiking. The boy on his back takes out a knife and stabs Kang's neck. Kang quickly reacted and trowed the boy before the knife goes deeper. The boy would not finish Kang in one strike till he gets Ray with the other boys to finish him. Kang asked him if Yang Seok-do send them. He also told them that if they leave now, he will think it's the adults' fault and let them go. But the boys ignore his words and was determined to kill him today. By seeing this, Kang gets angry and throw of his coat and told the boys to come at him by putting their life on the line. The fight between the four boys and Kang starts. Kang starts to dominate the boys. He was avoiding their punches and was striking them. Then a boy gets him off guard and stabs a knife in this back. He grabs the knife and gives the boy a nice headbutt. The boy that attacks him first also comes towards him with knife, but he quickly subdues him and grabs his neck. And as he was going to finish him, the boy starts to beg for his life and said that he has a mom at his home. The boy's word melts Kang's heart, and he let the boy go. As he was standing still, two boys throw a rope and wraps it around his neck and start to pull it. Kang grabs the rope and pull it hard and gets the rope out of his neck. He was losing his strength because of the blood he lost. The long-hair boy stabs Kang in the stomach and told him that his uncle's younger brother has sent him. After that, the four boys has stabbed him. Kang was finished and has fallen on the ground, counting his final moments. The boys was talking to each other that their job is done, and the boys leave the place. As Kang was going to die, the tattoo on his back glows up. A thunder comes and Kang's soul was transported into a dead high school boy. He gets up and see a boy crying and saying sorry. His head was in pain as it was going to explode. He fall from the car, and by seeing him, the boy in front of him gets happy and come towards him. But he grabs the boy's collar and was about to beat him, but he fall on the ground, unconscious. Before a few hours of Kang's reincarnation into a body of a high schooler, we can see the story of the boy. The boy is being constantly bullied by his classmates. In a construction site, the high school bullies were watch the fight between two losers. One is Lee Kong-jin and the other is Lee Ming-yu. The bullies were forcing them to fight each other. Lee Kong was unable to take it, so he makes his final decision and jumps of the building. He falls on a car and died instantly. This makes the bullies panic, but they thinks to make Ming-yu take all the blame. They all were going to the police to report about Ming-yu. So Ming-yu lost all his hope and falls on his knees and starts crying. But at that time, Kang that was betrayed by his people and was killed, reincarnated at the high schooler Kang body. Ming-yu takes Kang to the hospital and his mother was also present there. Ming-yu made up a story that Kang fall from the building while they were playing there. As Kong has been in the hospital for 2 days, Ming-yu told Kang's mother that he will take care of Kang and told her to go back to her work. Kang's mother leaves Ming-yu to Kang's side and went to her work. As Kang's mother leaves, Mingyu goes to check Kang. He saw that Kang has opened his eyes. So he goes to Kang and asked him why he didn't call his mom when he is awake. Kang didn't answer him as he was thinking all of the things that has happened. He gets the thing that he is, reincarnated into a Highschooler body. And this body also bears the name as his. As he gets all his thoughts clear, he noticed the TV and saw his death news. His death news was manipulated, that he is being death by a car accident. This funeral is also taking place in the temple he last visit. After seeing the news, Kang gets angry and asked Mingyu if he had some money. Kang takes the money from Mingyu, walks away by saying that he will pay it back. He then gets ready and as he was going out, Mingyu asked him where he is going and tried to stop him, but he pushed Mingyu back and walks away. He takes a taxi and comes to the temple. As he was climbing up the stairs, he meets the old monk. The monk see him and asked him why he is here. It is place for dead human beings. Kang gets shocked and asks the monk if he knows him and if he knows what happened to him. The monk ignored his word and was going, but Kang holds the monk's hand and asked, what kind of ghost is playing with him? The monk told that he does not know. By hearing the monk's reply, Kang starts to climb the stairs. But the monk spoke up that he will die if he goes up. There is funeral of a gangster is going on, and if he goes up and make a fuss there, they will surely kill him. Kang didn't care the words of the monk and starts to climb the stairs because he need to see what is going on. The monk then told him that if he thinks he can face all the people of the underworld alone. But Kang was angry and was determined to see what was happening. The monk said that this is the opportunity he is being seeking. This line makes Kang clam down. He reminded of the time when he was worshipping and he wished to have a peaceful life in his next life. As Kang clammed down, the monk told him that this is his second life and said not to live life that goes wrong with this kid's body. But Kang wants to untangle the tangled ones and fix the others. He wants to live like this. The monk gets angry and shouted at him to just cut of the tangled one and let the other one twist, and said this life is not his life alone now. The monk then starts to walk by, saying him to think carefully. Kang then questioned the monk that what he is supposed to do. The monk tells him to choices either go up and die or go down and live. Kang makes the right decision. He goes to his mother and take the choice to live. It's been 1 week since Kang has reincarnated. At first his mother doubt him a bit, but he made all the things clear up, making up a story that he hurt his head in the accident, and his memory is a bit fuzzy. Through this whole week, Mingyu comes to visit him every day. Today Mingyu has brought some chicken fries along with him. While they were eating, Kang noticed a bruise on Mingyu's hand. As he questioned Mingyu about this, Mingyu stays silent, so Kang moved towards him and take of his t-shirt. Mingyu's full body was covered with bruises. Mingyu quickly take the t-shirt from Kang and wear it. He then said to Kang that Jin Man keeps him telling to bring him. Jin Man also told that if Kang keeps his mouth shut about that day's incident, he will not take Kang's money anymore and will stop bullying him. By hearing Mingyu's story, Kang decides to meet with them. So in the next morning, Kang gets dressed up in his school uniform and starts his way to the school. As he reaches his school gate, he saw Mingyu welcoming him. He and Mingyu goes to the bullies group. Mingyu was very sacred. As they reached the place where the bullies were talking, one of them see Kang and starts to mock him. But Kang ignores them and goes to Jin Man and told him that he will keep his mouth about the construction incident, and also told Jin Man to keep his promise. By saying this, Kang start to go back along with Mingyu, but Jin Man grabs the shirt of Mingyu and said where he is going. Jin Man told Mingyu that he has to work twice as hard as he used to do. Mingyu starts to cry, but Jin Man and his crew didn't care about him. Rather, they gang up on him and mock him for having a soft heart. Jin Man said, whether he dosed the work or not, he has to compensate to it. As Mingyu didn't answer anything, Jinmin told that who a kid that has no parents will answer anyway. This whole incident makes Kang very angry. Kang then put down the bag from his shoulder and told Jin Man to let go off Mingyu. By seeing this, Jinman said that what the hell he is saying. Kang jumps and punches Jinman's face and make him fall on the ground. This move of Kang shocked everyone. Kang then takes Mingyu and starts to leave. But the fighting was not over yet. Jinman raised from the ground with a bloody face. Kang was a bit surprised that after he landed a clean blow on his face, he yet gets up. Jinman attacks Kang, but Kang dodged all the attacks and hits Jinman. This hits was not affecting Jinman very much. He figures out that this new body does not have enough physic to unleash his true strength. Jinman then grabs Kang and was about to throw him on the ground, but Kang gives a headbutt to Jinman and set himself free from his grip. Jinman starts to lose his consciousness. Kang kicks Jinman's leg and catch his head, and said in deadly voice that this is street fight and told the others to look carefully. After that, he smashed the head of Jinman on the ground quite hard and takes the victory of the battle. After the fight is over, Kang and Mingyu went to the classroom. Kang was very chill, but Mingyu was very shocked and at the same time was very tense. As the class is over, Mingyu told Kang they should quickly leave the place. Kang asked for the reason why he should leave. Mingyu said that as he rebelled and fight against Jinman, they will surely come to take revenge. Jinman family has many members, and they have also turned into an organization. Kang asked Mingyu about the whereabouts of them. Mingyu replied that as the school is over, Jinman fam will be gathering on the rooftop. Kang then decides to meet with the Jinman family and start to go towards the rooftop. After that, we can see a little backstory of the gangster Kang. In 2005, when Kang was 26 years old and was making a name for him and his organization in the underworld. We can see Kang was beating up a gangster. The man said that he has acknowledged Kang's fist that has alone destroyed the 5 factions of Pyeongtaek. At that time, Jo Do-young, a 25 years old boy who is Kang's right-hand man, come to Kang and said that he, along with the other members of the gang, and taken care of all the underlings. After that, Kang leaves them and left the place with his boys. Then, in a night, while Kang was walking with Do-young, the gangster, that Kang and his boys beat, comes again, with more people and surrounded the two of them, but didn't show any signs of fear and charged ahead to the gangster. He cut through all of the members' attack and landed his punches on the gangster face and beat the shit out of him. The story continues from the present. We can see Jinman family as gathered on the roof with hockey bats and knives. Jinman was determined to kill Kang. One of his people was telling him that the problem will get bigger if he stabs Kang, and he will also get fired from the school. But Jinman didn't care what happens to him. He has completely made up his mind to kill Kang. As the boy was going to convince him more, Jinman gets angry and punched the boy. In the meantime, Kang and Mingyu has arrived on the roof. After seeing Kang and Mingyu, Jinman ordered his members to kill them. The boys rushed to attack Kang with hockey bats in their hand. By seeing the boy coming, Kang jump and punch the boy at the front. He gets surrounded by the boys. One of them was going to strike Kang from the back, but Kang noticed and dodged it and placed a clear hit on the boy's stomach and knocked him out. A boy wearing a green-colored t-shirt rushed at him, but he knocked him out by giving him a soiled kick. He dominates all the boys that come at him. He showed his pure strength from breaking a hockey bat with a punch and made the boys bleed from their nose. He then kicked a yellow-haired boy's leg, and the boy starts to cry from the pain. By seeing this, the other boys get scared of him. Then Jinman steps in with his knife. He attacks Kang with it. But Kang holds the hand of Jinman and starts to throw punches at him and make him half dead. As Jinman as half consciousness and was bleeding, Kang grabs his neck and told him to look at his eyes and said that he cannot even cut a bread and he wants to kill him. By saying this, he punched Jinman's chin and sent him flying unconscious on the ground. Kang then thinks it's a bother to take care of the others, so he decides to leave. But before leaving, he said his last words to the others that the Kang they used to know is gone now. Then we can see Do-young, who is Kang's right-hand man, was drinking in a bar with his junior. He was talking with his junior about the past days he sent behind Kang. The days when he and all the members of the Lee Kang-jin organization works their ass off to reunify the metropolitan area. The junior then told Do-young that all the other fractions are fighting over each other to get new members, but they are doing nothing as the old times. He also said that they should quit being a gangster if the things goes like this. The war is also around the corner, so he recommended to Do-young that this is a crucial time, and they should recruit new members. By hearing this, Do-young gave a deadly look to him, and said when Kang was alive he was very much against it. He takes a pause for a few seconds, and said that his words are right, and they should start the newbie edition. In the next morning we can see all the main executives of Lee Kang-jin organization has gathered together to discuss the newbie edition method. A white-haired man starts to explain the recruiting plan. He tells that they will only take audition of the boys in the metropolitan area, as taking boys from many places will attract the media's attention. They decides to divide the metropolitan area they control into 4, and in this 4 places, the preliminary rounds will take place. The purpose of this audition is not only to expand their influence, but also to make a special force that will act as a subordinate force, and that way the damage towards them will be minimized. This whole thing will be like a tournament. All the executives along with Do-young agrees to this and also thinks to give a prize to the champion, which will be a branded car and a free living place. Do-young will be the core of the Kang-jin organization, and he is determined to grow his influence so that he can have a beautiful life. On the other hand, we can see Jin-man and his fam is sitting behind the school grounds. Jin-man was thinking of Kang. He then asked his subordinates that if the gathering of the Northern Sky Group is today. One of them answered that it is, and they have already collected all the money. By hearing this, Jin-man said them to bring the emergency money. This gives a shock to the members, and as they asked the reason, Jin-man gets angry and shouted that will they be able to attack Kang and kill him. All the members get scared and said no, so Jin-man told them to bring all the emergency funds they have saved so far. At the nighttime, we can see some boys were playing on the park, and we can see that the news of the newbie edition has spread to all the neighborhood boys. Jin-man and 3 of his subordinates has come to the park. By seeing Jin-man, the 2 boys sitting in the front bench of the park mocks him. As Jin-man approached them and asked about the whereabouts of Minju, one of the boys gets up and starts to slap Jin-man and asked him why he is asking about Minju. Jin-man then quickly take out 2 envelopes. One has the money for the Northern Sky Group funds, and he gives the other to the boys as a pay for him to talk with Minju. The 2 boys then takes the 2 envelopes and told that Minju is in the slide, and Jin-man alone has to go and talk to him. They also asked Jin-man if he knows how to talk with Minju. Jin-man replied that he know, and as he was going, the red-haired boy told him that the price has went up by 5 times. This makes Jin-man a bit tensed, but he didn't care and walking towards the slide house. As he arrives beside the slide, he takes out his phone and starts to text Minju. For every text he had to pay 5,000 won. He told Minju that he needs a help. Minju had read all of his texts, but Jin-man ran out of money before he could finish the talk. He gets scared as he remembers that Minju gets angry if anyone stops the talk rather than him. Minju speak up and said, if the conversation is end. Jin-man starts to apologize and said that he didn't know the price has went up. By hearing this, Minju jumps out of the slide house and lands in front of Jin-man and takes the golden chain from Jin-man's neck and said that now he can talk for 30 seconds. After that, he can see Kang sleeping. He is having a nightmare that someone is trying to kill him with a knife. By seeing this, Kang awakes from his sleep. Then, in the morning, Kang is going to the school. He meet with Mingyu while walking. Mingyu was shocked to see his face as it was like a ghost. Kang said that he could not sleep last night, so his face looks like this. They both then goes to the school. In the break time, we can see Jin Man and his gang is sitting in the stairs. One of them asked Jin Man about Wu Minjin. The red-haired boy was shocked that he did not know about Wu Minjin. Jin Man then starts to tell, destroyed Wu Minjin. Wu Minjin was a member of the Yoksugo Wrestling Club. There are two types of people in the wrestling club. One exercise seriously, and one takes the exercise lightly. The people that takes the exercise lightly becomes the leader of the local gang. But Wu Minjin was a very serious one. He exercised properly, and even become the champion of many wrestling matches. But one day, some bullies from the wrestling club made him a completed different person. The bullies beat Wu Minjin with a bat, which make the beast inside Minjin wake up. He then beat all the bullies. He make 6 of them injured and make the other 4 faint. The coach of the wrestling club that comes to stop him also gets a fracture. The Yoksugo Wrestling Club disappears from that day. From then, Minjin gave up exercising seriously. From hearing his name only makes the atmosphere of the school tense. No matter which grade student is, everybody gets scared by him. In the end, the two group in the north area merged and Bokshian was created. Then we can see Wu Minjin and his team is in a hotel. One of his members said to him that if he should rent his place. Minjin said him to wait as a hotel in Gangnam will open soon. He told all of the members to come closer. Minjun asked all of them that is the best gang in the South Korea. One of them replied that it is the Kangjin group. Minjun then asked them about their wish. They all said that is to join the Kangjin group. Minjin said that there is a scout for the Kangjin group. By hearing this, everyone gets excited and cheers for Minjin. He continues his speech that they'll only recruit first place in each area through auditions. This words of his make the whole group depressed. Minjin also said that the selected person will be given a private lodging and a supercar. They will also give the person a club operation rights. After hearing him, the red-haired guy said that they fully trust Minjin, but even that, the only person will be selected is him. Minjin then said that if this will be the case, will he ever bring up his talk? He takes out his phone and played a recording. The details of the recording is that if the person that is selected has a team, along with him, the rest of this members will also to accepted as a Kangjin group. After hearing this, the members regain their joy and start to shout that they will be a member of Kangjin gang. Minjin then told them to follow him sincerely. He will ensure to bloom their life. After that, a guy show Minjun a video of Kang fighting with the Jin Man family. By seeing the movement of Kang, Minjin gets that Kang is not a nerd. The guy suggests Minjin that how about he fight him to stretch a bit and get some money before the audition starts. Minjin gets excited as he can take 2 birds with 1 stone. After that, we can see an executive of Kangjin group. He was torturing a man. He put a man on the ground and placed a golf ball on his mouth and shot the ball. After that, 4 man has arrived there. He gives his golf to his assistant and walks towards the 4 men. He begins to congratulate the 4 men for doing a very difficult and important work. These 4 are the only members of the Kangjin work team, and these were the guys who killed the gangster Kang. The executive then told them that he has gathered them all to give them a job. The guys replied that they will do any type of job he assigned them. One of them said him about the job. The white-haired man laughs and said that this job will decide the future of the Kangjin organization. On the other side, Kang's school has finished. He and Mingyu was planning to go to a cafeteria, but at that time, Kang's mother called him and asked him if he is coming. Start to the restaurant she works at. By hearing this, Kang asked her, why is she saying this? She replied that his friends have come to the restaurant and they are waiting for him. Kang gets a bit tensed and drops the call quickly by saying that he will be there soon. Kang then asked Mingyu that if he had friends other than him. Mingyu said that he has none. Kang then looks in front and saw Jin Man and his members are looking at him and smiling. Kang finds that something is suspicious. He and Mingyu starts to walk towards the restaurant. At the restaurant, Wu Minjun and his family has come. They were ordering food in a huge amount and was eating them. Kang's mother gets a little suspicious to see that this big guys are Kang friends. In the meantime, Mingyu and Kang has arrived at the restaurant. Mingyu gets scared by seeing the boys. Kang asked him if he knows who they are. Mingyu replied that the thug is Wu Minjun, who is the leader of the Northern Sky Gang, and the other boys are his gang members. Kang quickly enters the restaurant and first greet his mother. He was planning to take all the boys outside without his mother noticing and thing. Kang then moves forward and walks straight to Wu Minjun and places his left hand on his shoulder and said, "Long time no see." He then snatches the golden chain from Minjun's neck and told him, if he wants to get it back, he should quietly follow him. After saying this, Kang puts the chain in his pocket and starts to walk. Minjun gets very angry. As Kang was going to get out of the restaurant, his mom stands in front of him. He then said, that these are the kids who keep hanging around him and wants to be friends with him, but as they seems off, so he is just going to let them go. Kang's mom holds his hand and told him that she understands. Kang then turns around to the boys and told them to make a quick exit. From here, he takes the boys at a back alley. One of Minjun boys shouts at Kang if he wants to die. Kang then quickly grabs his face and starts to fight. He punches the two boys at the front and knocks them. But he dodges all their attacks and beats them up. A boy with a green shirt rushed at him, but he kicks him in the chin and make him bleed from the mouth. By seeing Kang beating all the members, the red-haired boy gets scared. At that time, Minjun rushed towards Kang and grabs him by his waist and gives him a nice suplex. But Kang was clever. He places his hands behind his head to avoid any major damage to the head. By throwing Kang, Minjun sits on the ground and says that he pushed him to show all of his techniques. They both gets up, and Kang makes a smiley face and said to Minjun that if he has been working out, By hearing this, Minjun gets angry and said, "Can't you look at this?" Minjun then starts to punch Kang, but he successfully dodged all of it. Minjun then tries to catch Kang's waist, but this time Kang predicted his movements and dodged it and punched him on the head, and also strikes him on his face with his knee. This makes Minjun fly away and lands on the ground on his back. He quickly gets up on his feet and wipes the blood from his face. Kang starts to mock him, which made Minjun furious. As they were going to start the second round, the cops had arrived. By seeing the cops, the members of the Minjun family starts to run. Kang mom has also come with the cops. Minjun was so angry that he was not going at first, but after the warning of this guys, he decides to flew away. Kang has also went home with his mother. At home, Kang's mother questioned him why there was a fight as he was just seeing them off. Kang stands silent. His mother starts to shout that what he would have done if she hadn't arrived there with the police, and wasn't it because of them that he got hurt last time? Kang replied that it wasn't them. Kang's mother starts to cry and said that she only lived for him. She said that when his father has died, she worked from dawn till the late at night without in holidays. She also says that if anything wrong happens to him, there is no meaning for her to be alive. Kang ensures his mom that this will not happen again. Then at the night, we can see the Minjun family is gathered at the park as usual. Minjun was laying down on the slider and was getting angry from thinking about Kang. At the meanwhile, Jin Man and one of his boys has come to the park. By seeing Jin Man, Minjun told him to raise his head and come closer. The red-haired man asked Jin Man if he and his man has been harassing Kang for 3 years. He replied that it's true, but Kang has recently went crazy. The red-haired guy then told that he has to raise the price by 3 times. Jin Man agreed to pay him. Minjun then calls Jin Man to come inside the slider house. Jin Man heads his words and climb up. After that, Jin Man starts screaming. Later, he was thrown away down the slider. Jin Man was covered in blood. Minjun comes out with bloods on his hand and asks the other guy for Kang's address. Later, we can see Mingyu was talking with his grandfather. His grandfather has gotten a back pain, so he goes outside to buy a painkiller from a pharmacy. As he was a boy, come in front of him and starts to laugh and shout that he has found Mingyu. Mingyu asked him, "Who is he?" But the boy ignores him and said that he has won the prize of 50,000 won. Mingyu gets scared, and as he was going to run backwards, but a boy come from his behind and punch him by saying that the one of catches him first is the winner. Both of the boys corners Mingyu and starts to punch him on the face. Mingyu thinks that he will also change and grabs the collar of one of the boys. In the meantime, Minjin has arrived at the sense. He was sitting on the wall above Mingyu's head. He then told Mingyu to try to change now. By hearing this, Mingyu starts to cry. Minjin then jumps and lands a direct punch on Mingyu's head and knocked him out. In the morning, we can see some guys, with bikes with them, is standing in front of a jail. They were waiting for someone. As the gates of the jail opens, a orange-haired boy comes from inside. By seeing him, all the boys starts to cheers for him. The orange-haired boy is the leader of the Widongyan. His name is Hwang Donghyuk. A boy then gives him a key of a bike. Donghyuk goes towards the bike and hug it by saying that he missed it every moment. At that time, a black car comes at full speed and drifts in front of Donghyuk and stops there. The car's front glass opens and a man put his face out of the window. Donghyuk recognizes the man's face. He is senior Hyunsu. Hyunsu greets him and told him he has worked hard. Donghyuk ignores him and asked him why he is here. Hyunsu gets angry and warns him to watch his attitude. Donghyuk replies, "Why?" and said to Hyunsu that it was he, not him, who unified the town that was fighting so hard. By hearing this, Hyunsu said him to keep playing in the neighborhood as he was going to play all over the country in Gangjinpa. Donghyuk gets shocked from this news. On the other hand, Mingyu, who was heavily beaten by Minjin, is now admitted in a hospital. As Kang hears the news of Mingyu admitted in a hospital, he rushed to see him. The police has come to investigate the incident. They were asking Mingyu's grandpa where Mingyu went at the night time. The grandpa told them that as he got hurt in his back, Mingyu was going to the pharmacy to get some medicine for him. The police thinks that this is not a simple robbery, and the money bag of Mingyu was with him. As there is no CCTV, so they can not get the actual footage of what happened to Mingyu. In the meanwhile, Kang has arrived at the place. He quickly gets past the police officers and enters the cabinet where Mingyu is laying. By seeing the wounded face of Mingyu, Kang gets very angry. A police officer then approaches Kang and holds his shoulder. Kang quickly punches the officer's hand and removes the hand from his shoulder. Kang then takes a fighting stand to fighting with the cop. But the other cop comes and stops him, saying that they are cop and they are not here to cause any harm. Kang clams a bit as he saw the grandpa. He remembers that Mingyu told him in the past that he lives with his grandpa, so he greets the grandpa. After that, the cops and Kang has come outside of the cabinet. The cops were talking to Kang. Kang suggests them, as they can't get any CCTV footage, they should investigate the incident through natural witness. The cop also asked Kang if Mingyu was involved in any school fight or if anyone bears a grudge against him. Kang said that he was not involved in anything and he also has no enemy. As the cops gets all the answers from Kang, Kang asked the cops for their contact number, as he is in a hurry, and said that if he gets any information, he will contact them. The cops gives him their ID, and after that, Kang leaves the hospital. Then we can see in a remote house Donghyuk and Hyunsu is sitting on the sofa and was talking about the audition. Hyunsu told Donghyuk to participate in the audition. He will be in the District 4. He tells Donghyuk to take the first place, so he can also get in the Kangjin organization. Donghyuk then asked Hyunsu that how he gets in the Kangjin organization. He replied that he gets into contact with a Kangjin executive through a senior, and after completing a certain job perfectly, he immediately gets into the organization. By hearing this, Donghyuk also gets fired up. He gets up from the sofa and walks towards a table. that is full of weapons and take a sharp knife, and asked Hyunsu, as it is, a gangster competition is weapons are also allowed. Hyunsu replied it with a yes. Then we can see Jinman is playing peacefully in a net cafe. But his peace didn't last long, as Kang comes and smashed his face with the PC and asked him about the whereabouts of Minjin. Kang then drags Jinman out of the cafe by grabbing his hair. As Kang was going to smash Jinman's face with the floor, he quickly tells Kang that the hideout of Minjin is in the playground. By hearing his, Kang orders Jinman to show him the way. As Jinman was walking with Kang, he messaged the group that he and Kang will be at the alley around 1 minute, the red-haired boy. Then messages all the boys to get ready. Kang see Jinman texting, but he did not give a care about it, and asked him where to go next. Jinman tells him to straight to the right, and from there he will meet them. Minjin knows that Kang will come to him, so he makes a plan beforehand. He told Jinman that when Kang comes to him and asked about his whereabouts, he should show Kang this place. As Kang and Jinman was standing, 2 bikes from 2 sides rushed towards them. In each bike, there were 2 boys sitting. One is driving the bike, and the other one is sitting with a baseball bat to hit Kang with it. By seeing this, Jinman kneels on the ground by covering his head with his hands. But Kang didn't stand still. He jumps over Jinman and kicks the boys on the red big. The 2 boys fell from the bike after getting kicked by Kang. By seeing this, the other 2 get scared and stops their bike. Kang then said to them to come at him quickly, as his is running out of time. After that, we can see, at the park, the red-haired boy is sitting on the swing. He was thinking that Kang is finished by this time. He then looks to the right and gets so scared as if he has seen at a ghost. It was Kang he has arrived there. By seeing this, Minjin gets down from the side house. They both comes in front of each other and stand staring at each other's face. Minjin asked Kang that if he was this strong, why did he endured all the bullying for 3 years? Kang ignores him. Minjin then asked him if he is still unaware that he is the king of Bukcheon. Kang laughs and said that he also tried something like this before. Minjin said, "That what bullshit is spouting." Kang says that this is probably a fight among peers, but after saying this, he stops. Minjin gets angry and asked him what he is going to say, but Kang says that never mind, as he will not understand. This make Minjin burst into anger. He starts to throw punches at Kang, but he dodges all of it. And after some punches from Minjin, Kang punched the elbow of Minjin's right hand, and Minjin falls back and starts to shout out of pain, but he quickly recovers and thinks that if he land a punch on Kang, he can win. He then rushed towards Kang with a hope to land 1 clean hit. Kang dodges all of the punches smoothly, but after a moment, Minjin was able to place a clean hit on Kang's face. He gets shocked to see that Kang is completely fine, other than a simple nosebleed, and is laughing at him. Kang said to Minjun that if he thinks a single hit will be sufficient enough to knock him. Kang then kicks Minjin's leg, followed by a punch on the chin. Minjin falls on the ground, but he gets up quickly. As he gets up, Kang lands a powerful punch on his face, sending his fly away. But again, he gets up and told Kang to fight him properly. By hearing this, Kang rushed at him. Minjin grabs Kang's neck and thinks that he has got him, but Kang pokes his thumb in Minjin's eye and told him that he hasn't encountered anyone stronger than him yet. He then punched Minjin in the chin. This made him fell on the ground on his knees. Kang then says that the level of Minjin is of a local peer. After beating Minjin, Kang gives a deadly look at the red-haired boy and told him to take care of all the hospital bills of Mingyu. He also said that all of the fighting is over. As he was leaving, the red-haired boy spoke up that the Kangjin guys will find him. By hearing this, Kang grabs the neck of the boy and told him to repeat that he said. Kang then makes Minjin and the boy sit in a bench and told them to speak up everything they know. Minjin spoke up that he only knows that there will be a audition, and these is a great opportunity for the brats who want to be gangster. Minjin also said that his opportunity is also gone because of him. Kang gives a deadly look to Minjin, which scared him. The boy beside Minjin said to Kang, if he is not interested in this audition, he should pass away quietly so that Minjin can participate in it. By hearing this, Kang told him to shut his mouth. Kang was shocked to hear this. The members that used to work under him are now using kids as shield. He then ordered Minjin to tell the Kangjin guys that he will defeat them. After this, Kang went to his home. He was sitting alone in his room and was thinking about the past. It was an incident that occurred around the year 2002. Around this time, Kang used to work under an organization. Kang Jin Gang has joined the New Soul organization, while Fight One of Kang's party member had died. During his funeral, only the Kang's party member were present. Kang was getting angry that the other big brothers were not attending the funeral, so Kang gets out of the room to call them. When he gets outside, he saw two big brothers from the organization were standing outside and smoking. Kang stops to hear what they are talking about. The two guys were talking about that how they used the Kangjin party members as a meat shield. By hearing this, Kang gets angry and was going to beat up the two guys. But at that time, Cho Do-young and the other caught Kang and said that if he start fighting now, they all will get killed. They all convinced Kang to stop for today, and they will follow him from today onwards. Kang then gives a condition that as long as he is in the organization, there will be no use of members as a shield, and if that happens, he will make the New Soul organization disappear. He then asks the members will they follow him with this condition. The 5 of them agrees to Kang and submits to him saying that they will follow him, even with risking their lives. Back to the present, Kang was thinking if they think all had forget their promise. After that, we can see at the Kangjin organization office, the executives are talking about the audition. The District 1 supervisor said that he has seen 2 passionate guys. One is the leader of the Gangdong Fighting Club, and the other is Na Junao. The supervisor of the District 2 said that in Gangnam, Kim Il-gun is exceptional, but he doesn't seem very passionate. On the other side, we can see Kang is walking at the school corridor. While walking, he see that Jin Man is again bullying a kid. He goes beside Jin Man and place his hand around his neck and said that he has to talk with him for a moment. They then goes to a park and they both sit on a bench. Jin Man spoke as Kang is saying him captain, is that means he should take charge outside of the school too. Kang replied yes and said that in the past, someone like him would not even dare to look at his eyes. By hearing this, Jin Man gets a bit confused and asked when. But Kang drops the topic by giving a nice glare. Kang told him to enlist all the person that knows about the audition, and from now, no Jin Man will be his antenna outside the school. As Jin Man was going to say anything, Kang stood up and slaps his head and said that if he see Jin Man harassing anyone in the school, he will beat him in a pile. By saying this, he starts to walk away. Then, at night in Kang's home, he was talking to his mother that he wants to learn how to drive heavy equipment. By hearing this proposal, Kang's mother asked him if he is completely sure in this decision. Kang ensures his mother that he wants to do this. So his mother agrees to it and says that from next month, she will admit Kang into a driving school. But Kang says that it is not needed as there is a place that volunteers to provide heavy equipment driving lessons for students like him. So his mother agrees to it. In the next morning, we can see Kang has arrived at the place where they provide free training for operating heavy equipments. The president of this place is Oh Young-gu. As Kang enters the place, the man starts to attack Kang for not answering to him. Kang then grabs the man's hand and pull him towards and said into his ears that Lee Kang-jin has come to collect this debt. The man quick gets away from him and asked him in a tensed voice, "Who is he?" Then we can see a little backstory of the year 2009 in the New Soul faction office. We can see Oh Young-gu is talking with the boss of the New Soul faction. The boss told Young-gu to sell drugs, but Young-gu refused to do so as drugs are dangerous as it lead to addiction and push the person to the dead's bed. The boss didn't like this, so he orders the Kangjin group to bury him alive. as Kang and his group was going to bury him. Kang stops the members of his group and told them to go away as he will completed the work alone. According to Kang's order, the members goes away. Kang didn't bury Younggu and saves him as he helped Kang to make the Kangjin gang. So Kang told him to leave this place and live a quiet life. As Kang was leaving, Younggu said that he is in debt to Kang and said him to find him later to collect this debt. Then back to the present, Younggu is very confused and was not understanding anything as Kang said that he come to collect the debt. He asked Kang about his identity. Kang replied that he is Lee Kangjin. President Younggu gets totally confused, and as Kang was convincing him to believe that he is Kang, President Younggu gets angry and punched at Kang's shoulder and said to him to go away when he is telling nicely, and he can tolerate everything, but he cannot hear anything foul about the deceased Lee Kangjin or less, he will kill him. Kang said that it is hard to believe even for him, but it is the truth. By hearing this, Younggu starts to hit himself and said that he has gone mad and he should be death with Lee Kangjin. As Kang sees this, he asks Younggu if he is planning to be death, without repaying the 100 million that he borrowed. By hearing this, Younggu gets shocked and asked him how did he knows it. Kang then said that he has heard from some kids that he has invested all the money and lost all of it. He tells Younggu that he will take the money gradually, and also tells him to give him accommodation and some pocket money. On the other hand, he can see the red-haired boy, and Min Jin is resting in their apartment, and in the meantime, their doorbell rangs. The red-haired boy gets up and opens the door and gets a heart attack by seeing Hwang Dong-yuk and his whole gang standing with hockey bats in their hand. Hwang Dong-yuk's members beat the shit out of the red-haired boy and make him fall unconscious. They also cornered Minjun and also beat him up, but Minjun also put up a good fight and knocked out some of them. Hwang Dong-yuk stands at the back and orders to quickly finish Minjun. Minjun said to Dong-hyuk why he has come here. Dong-hyuk stops him in the midway and said he is going to completely destroy him and his members. He then rushed towards Minjun. Minjun said, that why not have a fair fight? Both of their members will be at Bokcheon and fight one-on-one. By hearing this, Dong-hyuk brings out a knife from his pocket and cuts the flesh of both the arms of Minjun's. Minjun then sits down by holding the cuts in his arms. Dong-hyuk said that he is not a neighbor. Gangster who will act accordingly to his words, he cuts everyone and become the boss. Dong-hyuk goes completely insane, but he has thought of something very fun, so he tells Minjin to gather all his boy and told them to come at Bukcheon today. Then, at night, we can see Mingyu, who was unconscious in the hospital, has regained his senses. As he wakes up, he feels very thirsty and was going to grab the water bottle beside his bed. At the meanwhile, Kang has arrived there and takes the bottle and gives it to him. Kang then sits beside Mingyu and said that as Mingyu is the closest to him, and if they remain this close in the future, Mingyu will have to face many problems because of him. By hearing this, Mingyu gets shocked and tells Kang what the bullshit he is spouting. Kang replied that he is determined to stop all the children that wants to be a gangster like Minjun. Mingyu said that if he has gone crazy, he will get involved in a very big trouble. But Kang didn't take the works of Mingyu and gets up from the sit by saying that Minjun has probably sent all the hospital fees into his account. He also says that he has sent the settlement money and told Mingyu to take rest and leaves. By seeing this behavior of Kang, Mingyu starts to doubt him if he is the same Kang he used to know. As Kang was leaving the hospital, he gets a call from Song Hyun-soo, who is the member of Kangjin gang. He tells Kang that he wants to meet him face to face. Kang too agrees to this and goes off to meet this person, named Song Hyun-soo. In the rainy night, Song Hyun-soo is sitting in the white car at a parking station. He calls Kang, but he didn't answer it as he was already behind the car. As Kang didn't receive the call, Song Hyun-soo starts to get angry. As Kang was getting closer to the car, he was thinking about who is this boy named Song Hyun-soo, because when he was the boss, there was no one of this name. He then gets close to the car and knocks on the window. As Song Hyun-soo opens the window, Kang gets a huge shock because this is the boy that killed him. Song Hyun-soo then asked him if he is Kang, and he also greets him nicely. By seeing and hearing, Song Hyun-soo Kang takes a step back, and as he recalls his death moments, he feels so sick that he kneels down and starts to sweat very much. By seeing his condition, Song Hyun-soo gets out of the car and asked him if he is feeling okay. He also asked him why he gets so nervous by seeing his face. He then told Kang that he has come today to give him a chance to get in the Kangjin faction. But by seeing the eyes of Kang, he warns him to be careful of his glare. Kang then asked him when did he join the Kangjin faction. Song Hyun-soo then laughs and said, if he is so curious, he will tell him. He says that it was a rainy night like today. After that, he stops and said that the more he knows, the more hurt he will get. Song Hyun-soo then opens the car door and told Kang to get inside the car, as he has something that he wants to tell him. As they both gets in the car, Song Hyun-soo says to Kang that the preliminary round will start in 3 months, and in the District 4 there is Hwang Dong-hyuk, Kang Min-hyuk, and instead of Woo Min-jun, Kang will be participate. There are 3 of them in this zone, and if he gets first in this zone, he will immediately be a member of Kangjin faction. Kang then says that he has no influence like the others. By hearing this, Song Hyun-soo says that they are looking for talented ones, and if he can prove his abilities properly, he will eventually get influence in the organization. Kang then asked what he will get by winning the auditions. Song Hyun-soo replied that he will get to kill people. By hearing this, as Kang gives a serious look, Song Hyun-soo speaks up and said that it is a joke and tells him that when he gets there will be able to see a whole new world. Is he done with everything he has to say? Kang questioned. Song Hyun-soo said that he is a very small talker and also warns him if he says anything about this auditions, he will be kicked out immediately. By hearing this, Kang opens the car door and starts to leave. He then went to his home, and as he enters, his mother rushes towards him and said that why he is so wet and why he didn't get an umbrella. Kang said that the raining starts so suddenly that he cannot get one. After that, Kang walks towards the washroom as he was going. His mother noticed the tattoo behind his back is glowing, so his mother asked him if something has happened to him and told him to come and sit with her. So Kang does according to his mother's orders. As he sits beside his mother says that, as a mother, she really regretted it at first, but now she actually thinks it's good, as she gets to know when his son gets extremely angry or has a fever, and she can talk about it immediately. By hearing this, Kang asked about what she is talking about. His mother then tells him that she is talking about the talisman on his back. Kang then goes to the restroom, and as he removes his t-shirt and look on the mirror to see his back, he saw the same tattoo on his back that he had before he was reincarnated. Then we can see the past. How Kang get this tattoo? This incident occurs 5 years ago. Kang's mother has taken him to the monk, and the monk said that this tattoo has to be engraved into Kang's back. He says that this is a talisman that will help him when he has a great fever. At first, Kang's mother didn't want to do this, but the monk scared her by saying that if it is not crafted now, Kang will be killed in the future. After hearing the monk's words, Kang's mother agrees to get the talisman on Kang's back. Back to the present, at the Bukcheon, Hwang Dong-hyuk has made Woo Min-jun hostage and called all of his members. Hwang Dong-hyuk then says to all the members that he didn't call all of them for some pay tax or any other small things. He says that as he will be leaving this place, he wants to give all of them an entertaining opportunity. He tells everyone to catch Kang, and the one who catches him first will be the leader of the Bukcheon. By hearing this, all the members gets very excited and cheers for him. From a far place, Kang Min-hyuk was seeing all of this while he was sitting on his bike. He also gets excited as the situation has become very interesting. Then in the next morning, we can see Kang and Jinman is talking on the school roof. Kang has called Jinman to get all the information of Hwang Dong-hyuk. Jinman told Kang that Hwang Dong-hyuk is the leader of the Uijeongbu and Dongducheon Union Uidongyeon. Jinman tells that at first, Hwang Dong-hyuk was only the leader of Uijeongbu originally. Uijeongbu and Dongducheon had a good and bad relationship ever since they were seniors born in 2001. But Hwang Dong-hyuk of Uijeongbu ended the dispute and unified it. Dongducheon has been a tough neighborhood, with us military bases and foreign worker, a long time. That day was the day when Uijeongbu moved to Dongducheon and signed a peace treaty. Actually, it was the day that Uijeongbu planned the work. In Dongducheon, there was a captain from the weightlifting club named Koo Young-sok. After the meeting end, one of Uijeongbu members bump into Koo Young-sok. He then gets angry and stops them, and him members surrounded the Uijeongbu guys, and a fighting has started. At first, Koo Young-sok and his members were dominating the Uijeongbu members, but after a while, many members of Uijeongbu come from both sides of the alley and completely surrounded them. Koo Young-sok and his members fight the Uijeongbu guys, but after a while only Koo Young-sok was standing among his group, as all his guys are taken down by the huge number of Uijeongbu members. Then, Hwang Dong-hyuk comes with a knife in his hand and told Koo Young-sok to come at him, but as he was very injured, he was no match for Hwang Dong-hyuk. Hwang Dong-hyuk goes near him and pierces him with his knife, and then beaten him to death and became the leader of both Uijeongbu and Dongducheon. As Kang gets all the info of Hwang Dong-hyuk, he asks Jinman about the other participant, Kang Min-hyuk. But before Jinman said anything about Kang Min-hyuk, Ming-yu has come to the roof. He was in an angry mood, and after he see Jinman with Kang, he told Kang if playing with him will stop all the troublemakers. As Jinman reacts to Ming-yu words, Kang grabs his pants and throw him away. He then told Ming-yu not to get upset as his health is not good. But Ming-yu didn't hear Kang's words, and he grabs Kang's shirt and said that if he has forgotten the things that Jinman has done with them, or after he has gotten some hidden powers, he is associating with trash like them, and if this is the reason that he has told him that if he gets involved with him in the future, he will get hurt. Kang then said to Ming-yu, that one need of know about his enemy to fight and win, and as of now, only Jinman knows all about the surrounding powers, so he is taking all the informations from him. Kang then told Jinman to explain the situation to Ming-yu. Jinman explained this to Ming-yu and then said him to leave as there is nothing he can help with. By hearing this, Ming-yu gets angry and sighed to Jinman that how would he know if he will be helpful or not. Kang then speaks up and asked Ming-yu to think how can he be a help for him. He then tells Ming-yu if he has nothing to do, then he should study properly. Kang then leaves by saying that not to worry about it, because it is his own problem. Later at night, we can see Kang is training at President Oh Young-gu's place. Oh Young-gu was watching him training from behind. After a while, Kang notices him and greets him. Oh Young-gu told Kang to go home, but Kang says that it is weekend and he will be sleeping here today. By hearing this, Oh Young-gu leaves and gets out of the training field. As he leaves, we can see many boys has come to the training center with weapons in their hands. As Oh Young-gu leaves, all the boys gets inside the training ground. In the meantime, Kang is doing push-ups in the house. After he finished doing push-ups, he hears a noise and opens the window to see if anyone is there. The boys that were climbing the stairs kneels down and escapes from Kang's eyes, and the others that were on the field hides themselves behind the truck and boxes. Kang couldn't find anyone, but he didn't let his guard down. The boys then quietly approaches the house door, and in the count of 3, they quickly opens the door and sees that Kang is escaping from the window. The boy at the front shouts and tells the others to catch him. But it was too late as Kang jumps from the window and lands on the ground successfully. As he lands, He tells everyone that is hiding behind the trucks and boxes to come out. As Kang's words, all of the boys comes out of hiding and charges towards Kang with their hockey bats in their hands, as black t-shirt boy wearing an iron knuckle throw a punch at Kang, but he easily dodged it and holds the boy's arm and breaks it and throws him away to the others. A boy with a hockey bat was about to strike him from behind, but he noticed it and make the boy fly away with a back kick. Then 4 boys rushes towards him and he knock each one of them with his punches and amazing technique. He punched the last one so hard that it fly away a few miles and falls on the ground unconscious. He then goes towards him and steps on his face. In the meantime, the boys that ambushed him in the house come outside, and while the front boy was getting down, he saw a shovel and takes it and rushes towards Kang. Kang didn't see the boy coming as he is busy fighting with the other boys. As the boy was about to land a sit on Kang, suddenly a boy kicks him in the face and knocks him. From the noise of it, Kang quickly turns around and sees that a boy sees his ass. The boy then takes off his glasses and says that even though Daguri is cheating, but he can stand still when he sees a surprise attack. All the boys recognize him. He is one of the District 4 participate Kang Min-hyuk, and they were in a huge shock by seeing him here. One of the boys shouts and tells all of them to surround the both of them. Kang and Min-hyuk get surrounded by all the boys. They both stand by facing their back. Kang then asked him about his identity. Min-hyuk said that didn't he hear them shout his name, Kang Min-hyuk. The boys then starts their attack, but Kang and Min-hyuk was beating all the boys that comes towards them. Min-hyuk is also very powerful. Taking only one punch from him, the boys starts to bleed. By seeing the powerful punch of Min-hyuk, Kang gets impressed and praises him and said that now he didn't have to worry about him getting hard. By hearing this, Min-hyuk asked Kang if he was that worried about him. Kang then also shows off his power. He kicks a boy and the boy fly away unconscious. Kang then said, Min-hyuk, that not to worry. As he is taking care of his work, he should start doing his. Min-hyuk agrees to his words and gets ready to beat the shit out of them. After that, both of them knocks out all of the boys. Without getting a single hit, the boys were laying on the ground and screaming in pain. The boys that didn't get beaten starts to run away, but Min-hyuk stops them and tells them if they are running away, they should also take their knockout friends with them, the boys. Then carry each other and quickly starts to leave the place. As the fighting is finished, Min-hyuk asked Kang that if he knows that he is also one of the contestant in the Kanglin audition. Kang then said that, then why did he help him? Min-hyuk replied that he does not like someone touching his food. Kang didn't understand his words, so he tells him to get straight to the point. Min-hyuk then says that he is the one that touches his food. He asked Kang if he was the one to send away Woo Min-jun. Kang said that if he is looking for others contestant, he should go to Hwang Dong-hyuk. Min-hyuk then says that there is also a order in food, and Hwang Dong-hyuk is after him. Kang then asked that what he should do now. Min-hyuk said that they should fight now. As they both were about to start fighting, President Oh Young-gu comes and shouts at them. He asked them if they have been thinking this a playground and asked them who were the boys that just get out of this place. Kang replied that he didn't call them here, Oh Young-gu. Then shouts at Min-hyuk and asked him, who the hell is he and why aren't he leaving this place? Min-hyuk sincerely apologized to Oh Young-gu, and by saying Kang that they will meet again, he leaves the place. On the next morning, at Hwang Dong-hyuk's place, he is bullying the boys. They has failed their mission of capturing Kang. He has tied their hands and kneels them down in front of him, and he throws screw and them. After a while, he gets angry and take the whole screw box and smack it on one of the boys' face. He then shouts at them and tells himself that he is a stupid, that he thinks that they will be able to do this kind of work. He then assigns them the work of finding out about the whereabouts of Kang, and whenever they found him alone in a secluded place, they should immediately call him. The yellow-haired boy nods his head and said that he will do this work. Hwang Dong-yuk then goes close to his face and said that he will be keeping an eye on him. Hwang Dong-yuk then starts to walk away. As he walks a few steps, he throws a back kick at the face of the yellow-haired boy and knocks him out. After that, he takes his leave. Then we can see Kang is standing with Mingyu and Jin-man on the school roof. Jin-man uses a binocular and sees that the boys are waiting for Kang outside the school. Jin-man then tells Kang that they ordered Jin-man to bring Kang to a PC bang or karaoke and contact them, and if he does not do this, they will kill him. Jin-man then starts to cry and asked Kang that what he should do now. Kang speaks up and said that Mingyu can help them in this case. On the other side of the road, the boys are sitting and paying close attention to Kang, as if Kang slips past them, they will be in a great problem. After that, a boy start to scream and said that Jin-man is here. Mingyu and Jin-man comes outside the school. By seeing them, the boys starts to move towards them to catch them, but they stop as they see a police car comes and stops in front of the school gate. By seeing the police car, Mingyu shouted that he was the one who called them. The police officer then comes out of the car and talks to Mingyu about the matter. Mingyu tells the officers that some thugs has been bullying his friend and they take all of his money. Mingyu also said that he has been receiving threatened call and messages. Mingyu then points to the boys and said that they were the ones who did this to his friend. As Mingyu complains, the police officers starts to move towards the boys. As they see the police coming towards them, they starts to run. By seeing them running, the police officers tells them to stop and starts to chase them. By seeing this, Mingyu gets happy as he does the work successfully. But on the other hand, Jin-man was very scared as he did not know what will happen to him later on. Kang then comes out and looks at his phone. He has gotten all informations of the core members of Uidongyeon. The first one with a bulky body is Baka Sangjun. He is number 2. The one with a tattoo at the back of his hand is the number 3 Park Sangjo, and the boss of all of them is Hwang Dong-yuk. As he sees all them now, Kang gets ready to go and see them personally. Kang then goes to Uijeongbu, which is the base of Uidongyeon. While he was walking, he was recalling all the information of Hwang Dong-yuk that he got from Jin-man. Jin-man tells Kang all he knows about Hwang Dong-yuk. He also shows Kang some of his fighting skills, and also tells how ruthless he is and he can kill people. And his main weapon is knife, and if he has it, he can easily defeat many people. While thinking all about Hwang Dong-yuk, Kang had reached the place where he can find the subordinates of his. Inside the karaoke, we can see the number 2 of Hwang Dong-yuk's team. He is chilling here with some chicks and his underlings, while he was enjoying himself with his girl. At that time, Kang makes his enter and stops him. By seeing Kang, Baek Sangjun gets angry and shouts at him and tells him who the hell is he. Kang didn't say anything. He takes the mic and throws it at Sangjun, but he quickly dodged it and he tells all the girls to get out for a moment as he gets to join this special service. The girls then gets out and all the boys along with Sangjun stands up. Kang then said to Sangjun that he heard that YouTube is teaching kids how to pretend to be a gangster these days. Sangjun makes an angry face. Kang then make his move. He jumps off the table and kicks at Sangjun's face. From the kick, Sangjun starts to bleed from his nose and fell on the sofa. Kang goes near him and said, "That didn't YouTube teach him how to take initiative." Sangjun then grabs the t-shirt of Kang and smash him on the table and then pins him by, placing the elbow on his neck. Kang was unable to get out, so he takes his thumb and pokes it in the eye of Sangjun. Sangjun gets up and screams in pain. Kang then starts to beat him. He throws punches at Sangjun so ruthlessly that the underlings of Sangjun get scared from seeing it. After some punches, Sangjun gets unconscious and Kang stops his attack. One of the underlings grabs Kang's shoulder and was about to punch him, but Kang takes a beer bottle and smashes it to the boy's head. The other 2 boys was so frightened that they dare not to move. Kang throws a stick to the white t-shirt boy's head. and tells him to send a message in the group chat of Widongyon and tells him to write that Baek Sangjun got beaten by Lee Kangjin. He then tells Baek Sangjun to call Hwang Dong-hyuk and tells him if he is late, he will cut down Widongyon's limbs. After that, Kang had gone to the Ace PC room, and there he finds Park Sang-jo, and he then bets him and drags him out of the PC room. Park Sang-jo asked Kang, "Who is he, and does he know who he is messing with?" Kang tells him that he should have checked the group chat frequently. By saying this, he knocks him out with a kick. After knocking him out, the phone of Sangjun rings, and he takes it out and sees that boss is calling. He then picks up the call, and it was Hwang Dong-hyuk. He tells Hwang Dong-hyuk that he is late, so he cuts of the legs of Widongyon and said that it's to meet. Hwang Dong-hyuk said that he has sent him his address and tells him to come and find him. Kang said that he has heard that Hwang Dong-hyuk is famous for digging traps like a fox cup. Kang then tells him that he will send him his address and said to come and find him and cut the call. Hwang Dong-hyuk gets very angry. He takes the screwer on the table and starts to hit the table with it. Later at night, we can see Kang is sitting on the park bench. And after a while, Hwang Dong-hyuk has come with a bunch of his members. He comes and stands in front of Kang. By seeing this, Kang gets up and asked if he is Hwang Dong-hyuk. Hwang Dong-hyuk replied that he is and threatens Kang that he will die today. By hearing this, Kang siad who will kill him and said to him that he heard that Hwang Dong-hyuk isn't a type of person to gamble everything. Hwang Dong-hyuk gets angry and said, "What the bullshit is he talking about?" Kang then said that Baek Sangjun and Park Sang-jo are all his tools for violence, and said him to show his real skills for once. By hearing this, Hwang Dong-hyuk said to all of his gang members that they will be joining the Kangjin group later, as he will be going to jail after he kills Kang. The both of them moves inside the ground. All the members of Widongyon said to Hwang Dong-hyuk that using a knife against him will be a waste, so they tells him to show Kang the real fist of Widongyon. The members all start to stream the match. Hwang Dong-hyuk makes the first move. He rushed towards Kang to punch him. Kang figures that Hwang Dong-hyuk is attacking with no guard, so he dodged the punch and hits his face. Hwang Dong-hyuk then starts to throw punches at Kang. Kang dodges all the punches, but didn't counter-attack. After dodging some of his attacks, Kang figures out that Hwang Dong-hyuk doesn't have a good sense in fight, and he is weaker than Woo Min-yun in terms of fist fighting. Kang then throws a punch at Hwang Dong-hyuk's face and makes him fall back. By taking the punch from Kang, Hwang Dong-hyuk starts to bleed from his nose. He then gets angrier and starts to throw punches, but it was not enough to hit Kang. Kang dodges it and attacks him. As Hwang Dong-hyuk was not able to beat Kang in a fist fight, he then uses a surprise attack with his knife and cuts Kang's chin. He then starts to attack Kang with the knife, but Kang avoided it. Grabs his arms and punches on his face. Hwang Dong-hyuk then fells on his keens. Kang didn't stop at attacking. He then attacks him with his knees and make Hwang Dong-hyuk half dead. All the members of Widongyon get scared by seeing this. Kang then faced Hwang Dong-hyuk, faced towards the members and said, if fighting with a knife will gain him respect, Kang then breaks the wrist of Hwang Dong-hyuk, while saying that knife is a tool that exposes one's weakness. After breaking the hand, he tells everyone that as he defeated Hwang Dong-hyuk, the Uijeongbu and Dongducheon Union will disband as of today. After that, Weekend Lee Youngjeol, who is a contestant of District 1, is watching Kang's 6 months ago at Namyangju, Zu0E Yup Entertainment District. Inside a pub, some thugs are harassing a waiter. They throw bottles at the waiter and tells him to call his boss. The waiter gets scared, and in a shaky voice he tells the gangsters that the boss can't come as he is not in the store. The gangster then gives a deadly look and tells the waiter to deduct 1 from the bill. Out of 3 bottles are already on the house, the waiter replies. Hearing this, the gangster gets angry and shouts at the waiter to shut his mouth and get lost. Because of the loud scream, the waiter shakes up and gets out of the room, lowering his head. As he gets out, he sees a huge, red-haired boy trying to get into the room. The waiter stops him and tells him not to get inside, as this people are not just neighborhood punks. "Are these gangsters' backs made of steel or what?" the boy asked. And after that, he gets inside. As he gets inside, the gangsters look at him. The boy stands in front of them silently. The gangster asked him that if he is the boss. The boy gives a deadly look and takes a piece of broken glass from the table. He then stabs his arm with the glass. Blood starts to come from that wound. The gangsters get shocked to see this act. The boy says that now he got stabbed once, saying this. He grabs the end of the table and sends it flying. He then beats up all the three gangsters and knocks them out. This boy's name is N.A. Junsu. He is a District 1 participant of Kangjin audition. Now, back to the present, we can see in a room. Some supervisors of Kangjin audition has gathered, and they are having a party. In that party, the District I Gangdong, Seoul East Gyeonggi supervisor Hwang Mingi tells the story of N.A. Junsu to his fellow colleges. Song Hyun-soo is also in this party. He slams on the table and says that he is very annoyed as he tried to make a line this time, but he lost it. Hwang Mingi says that Song Hyun-soo's junior participating in Uijong-bu is quite bold as he got stepped on by the same loser. Hwang Mingi then asked Song Hyun-soo that of this loser is Lee Kangjin. Song Hyun-soo leans and tells that there is no point in dealing with that, a family-less loser and a crazy troublemaker. After that, the District 2 Sandnam, Seoul, South Gyeonggi director Yeo Changman tells Song Hyun-soo that in auditions, shouldn't there be something like a loser's rematch for those who got eliminated? Hearing this, Song Hyun-soo gets up and gives a creepy smile, saying that this will be fun. Later we can see that Kang Jin-man and Ming-yu is at Oh Young-gu's training center room. The three of them are discussing about the Kangjin audition. Jin-man says that as participates Woo Man-jun and Hwang Dong-hyuk is out, so the only one that is left is Kang Min-hyuk, and this guy is a total troublemaker. Kang says that both Woo Min-jun and Hwang Dong-hyuk are idiots, as they should just call all of them idiots. Ho, don't say such annoying things. Not everyone labeled a fool is the same kind of fool. You know Jin-man says this to Kang. Hearing this, Kang gets angry and hits Jin-man, telling him not to spout such bullshit. A top student participating in a gangster audition, isn't that just absurd? Jin-man says this to Kang, withholding his neck. Hearing this, Kang remembers his conversation with Kang Min-hyuk. Min-hyuk tells Kang that he gets stressed by doing studies, and he is a person who studies well. Kang didn't understand his words, so he tells Min-hyuk to get straight to the point. Min-hyuk then looks at Kang and says that he relieves the stress through violence, and especially when dealing with thugs like him who enjoy throwing punches. Remembering this, Kang thinks that Min-hyuk's goal is becoming an intel gangster. After that, Jin-man says that Kang Min-hyuk is a typical Korean fighter and is like a lottery ticket. Ming-yu asked Jin-man that what he means by lottery ticket. Jin-man then starts to says that boxing-wrestling combo is called boxler, Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu combo is called Mujitsu. Then what about the lottery ticket thing? Ming-yu then replies that boxing and taekwondo is the lottery ticket. Jin-man says that it's correct. He also tells that from elementary to middle school, Kang Min-hyuk won numerous national competition medals. He also excels at studying. Naturally, Min-hyuk's taekwondo career ends for his parents' wishes, and also back in middle school, he took up boxing with a condition never drop below 5th place in the whole school, and then he won various sport competitions. Min-hyuk is also a justice guy. He can't see any injustice. After beating up the troublemakers near the Academy District, he became infamous. Then one day when he gets out of the class, he sees that a group of thugs is waiting for him. Seeing the thugs, Min-hyuk throws his bag and takes off his glasses and gives a creepy smile. He is a top student who is addicted to violence. Min-hyuk rushed towards the thug's leader and punched him. The punch breaks some teeth of the thug. After that day, people call him alias Sight or the Psycho Elite. Later that night, we can see Kang Min-hyuk and his friends get out from their class, and his friend tells him that they are going to Skyban, and if he is willing to go with them. Min-hyuk says that he has different plans, so he wants to go home. After that, he bids farewell to his friends and starts to walk. As Min-hyuk walks towards the parking area, he hears that someone is calling his name. As he looks forward, he sees that Lee Kang-jin is standing in front of him. Seeing him, Min-hyuk takes off his glasses and smiles out of excitement. He then tells Kong that he heard that he stepped on Hwang Dong-hyuk. Kong also smiles back and tells Min-hyuk that now it is his turn. Now the two of them stands face to face in the parking lot. Min-hyuk starts to put his glasses back to his glass box, and he tells Kang that he was already planning to go because he got 4 questions wrong in the mock test today. But now, Min-hyuk thanks Kang for coming on his own, as he can relieve some stress. Why is a guy who claims to study trying to become a gangster? Kang asked. Min-hyuk tells Kang that a supervisor came and said that. A few days back, Song Hyun-soo approaches Kang Min-hyuk. He offers Min-hyuk to join the Kang-jin audition. Hearing this, Min-hyuk asked Hyun-soo that why is he making such a proposal to someone like him, who enjoys stepping on gangster sprouts as a hobby. Where did this jerk sell all his manners? I don't like your cocky attitude either, but your elder has something today. Your era of acting like a gangster with fists is over. Who do you think is more valuable in an organization? Someone who only uses their fist, or someone who uses their brain as well? Hyun-soo tells this to Min-hyuk. Now back to the present, Min-hyuk says that he didn't care if it was a thug or a troublemaker. He tells Kang that if he is saying he won't participate in this audition, then he should just stop. But Min-hyuk says that he can't do so, as he is just collecting stress relief buddies. Hearing this, Kang gives a serious look and asked Min-hyuk that what is he saying. Of course. You seem a bit different, but what can you do if I participate in the audition? You're also the same kind of person. In other words, you're also my stress relief target. Min-hyuk tells this to Kang. Kang asked Min-hyuk that if Kang-jin faction seems funny to him, and it will be a wrong thought of his if he wants to leave the faction after winning the competition. Min-hyuk tells Kang not to worry and just leave it to the Kang-jin faction guys, as it's also just a future job for him. Hearing the word job, Kang gets serious and asked Min-hyuk about it. Don't bother trying to find out about such things, Min-hyuk replies. He then starts to remove his jacket and tells Kang that they should start now. At that time, a teacher comes and asks them that if they are not going home. Min-hyuk bows down and greets the teacher respectfully. The teacher recognizes Min-hyuk, so he asked him that if the boy standing beside him is his friend. Min-hyuk replies that he's not that kind of friend, but he's a friend who needs education. Saying this, he gets on the bike and throws the helmet to Kang. He then tells Kang to get on as they have to go. Kang asked him that where they have to go. To relieve my stress. Min-hyuk replies. Kang thinks a bit and tells him to wait. Kang wears the helmet and get on the bike. The teacher sees that there is only one helmet, so he asked Min-hyuk that, where is his helmet? Min-hyuk requests the teacher to turn a blind eye just for today, as he needs to protect this friend, so that he can relieve his academic stress. After that, Min-hyuk starts the bike and gets out of there. Min-hyuk drives the bike very fast. They get on a bridge, and as they are going, a white car get on their way. Seeing this, Min-hyuk gets a bit nervous, but the bike is already at top speed and they cannot stop now. Kang is also about to fall, so he holds Min-hyuk's shoulder tightly. Min-hyuk uses his skills and takes a super curve to avoid being hit the car. Kang now grabs the jacket of Min-hyuk. Min-hyuk then tells Kang that if he keeps holding him this tightly, how is he going to hit him? After that, the two of them comes to an empty construction site. Min-hyuk stops the bike and tells Kang to get down. Both of them gets down, and Kang hands over the helmet to him. After that, the two to them starts to talk and makes fun of each other. After a while, Kang tells Minhyuk to stop and get down to the business. Minhyuk stops Fall talking and asked Kang that as he has been treated badly by those gangsters, so why is he following the same path they're trying to take? And if he wants to stand on top of their heads? Doing such things is what kids would want to do. It's just a pastime for me, Kang replies. Pastime, Minhyuk asked that he means. Kang says that not to bother him asking this kind of stuffs. Minhyuk laughs and says that if he is going to fight him, believe it or not, I ain't the kind of gangster you're thinking of, so there's really no need to fight, Kang says. Minhyuk then throws his bag and helmet on the ground and rushed towards Kang, saying that, "That's good, but," he told him earlier, that today's mock exam scores were low. Minhyuk lands a clear hit on Kang's face. He didn't stop there. He again launched a kick towards Kang, but Kang uses his arms to block it. Minhyuk then lands and gets low and tries to knock Kang by kicking his legs. But this plan of his didn't work, as Kang jumps to avoid the kick. Kang then falls back and gives a deadly look at Minhyuk and tells him that he is not just all talk. After that, Minhyuk shouts and rushes to punch Kang, but Kang blocks it along with some of Minhyuk's kicks and uppercuts. All this time, Kang analyzes the movements of Minhyuk, and he comes to a conclusion that Minhyuk's timing is perfect, but he is too honest. Now Kang plans to make his move. At first, he dodges the punch, and he gets closer to Minhyuk and grabs his neck. Kang pulls Minhyuk's neck as he wants to hit his face with his knee. But Minhyuk is also an expert. He sees his coming, so he blocks it with his leg. As the two of them are close, both of them launched their punches at each other. The punches lands directly on their nose. After that, the two of them gets back and hold their nose out of pain. Minhyuk's nose turns red and starts to bleed, but for some reason, he seems happy. He tells Kang that it's nice as it will help him relieve his stress. After that, Minhyuk again rushed to punch Kang, but Kang dodges it easily and throws a punch at Minhyuk's stomach. Now Minhyuk gets into a defense position. Kang strikes Minhyuk continuously, and due to this, Minhyuk gets pushed back. He gets at the border of the building, but due to the intense fighting, none of them noticed it. As Minhyuk takes a single step backwards, he starts to fall. The place where Minhyuk is falling is embedded with sharp iron rods. The rods are so pointed that it will surely pierce through the skin of Minhyuk. Kang sees Minhyuk falling and he also gets nervous. Kang then quickly runs towards Minhyuk and garbs his clothes. Minhyuk also holds Kang's arms tightly with his hands. He then asked Kang that what is he doing. Kang didn't say anything as he only looks at Minhyuk's back. Minhyuk also turns his head and sees that the rods are touching his face, and if Kang was a little bit late, he would be gone for good. After saving Minhyuk, the both of them stops fighting and peacefully sits in a corner. Kang then tells Minhyuk to get out here as he didn't even want to become a gangster. "Wah, telling me to get out because you saved my life. Do you think I'll be intimidated?" Minhyuk tells this to Kang. Hearing this, Kang gets annoyed and says that Minhyuk has big mouth. Minhyuk then replies that he release stress not only with my fists, but also with his mouth. Kang then again tells Minhyuk that Kangjin faction is not a typical neighborhood gang, and there's nothing good about getting involved with them. Minhyuk also agrees with Kang. He then looks up at the sky and tells Kang that his dream is to become a police officer. Kang gets a bit shocked, hearing this. After that, Minhyuk starts to tell about his past. He says that his father was a gangster, and he'd always being chased, hiding, breaking into houses, going out again. Then one day, Minhyuk's father got stabbed and died somewhere. At that time, Minhyuk was in his second grade, and despite struggling physically, Minhyuk's mom took care of him all by herself. and this is the main reason why Minhyuk hates Gangster so much. So is that why said it was for your future work? Kang asked. Minhyuk laughs and says that because there's too much work, he is reducing it in advance. Kang then asked Minhyuk that why don't he become a prosecutor as he is also good at studies? Minhyuk replies that he can't, as his fist is itching. Minhyuk then questioned Kang that why on earth is he acting like this? Couldn't he have just retaliated against those who bullied him? Kang replies that because it's something I have to do. Minhyuk looks at Kang and says that it doesn't seem like he is trying to become a gangster either. Kang says that's right, as he is not trying to become a gangster. He is trying to prevent himself from becoming one. So, why? Why do you have to do that? Minhyuk asked. He also says that he will decide whether to concede based on Kang's answer. Kang thinks for a bit and says that over the past 3 years, he sharpened his skills to seek revenge against those who tormented him. In the end, he finally got revenge. In the process, he ended up auditioning unintentionally, and now he has realized that there are more trashes than he thought. His past 3 years are something that no one can compensate for. His anger didn't subside because of the bitter revenge, but because of the trashes that kept gathering. So he decided to seek revenge against all those guys. Hearing all of this, Minhyuk asked Kang that how is he going to do that? Let's shatter the dreams of those who want to become gangsters with our fists, and someday, let's also shatter the dreams of the gangsters themselves. Kang proposes this to Minhyuk. Minhyuk gets excited and he agrees to his. He gives Kang 100 points for charisma, 100 points for determination, 90 for points skill. Hearing this, Kang asked, why 90 points for skill? Minhyuk says that he will be fighting with trash. He can't go easy on them like before, so he gotta handle it calmly and will withdraw from here. He then says that Kang is the leader of the District 4 and shakes hand with him. Later in the morning, we can see Nae Junsu, who is getting slaps from his wrestling coach Il Kwango for hanging out in bars and roaming around like a loan shark. Nae Junsu didn't say a single word and hears all the words from the coach. After scolding, the coach asked Nae Junsu that if he is really quitting wrestling. Nae Junsu replies yes and stands firmly. Hearing this, the coach replies that how can he do that? After thinking about his mother. My mother? Coach, if I win the national sports competition, will my mom's medical expenses be covered? Nae Junsu asked. The coach replies that if he win, there might be some funds from the school, and if he advance early in the folk wrestling competition, so will the pending hospital bills be solved right away. Nae Junsu gets angry and asks this. Does that mean you're going to act like a gangster? Do you know how those friends of mine who used to be gangsters are living now? They all went to prison and they can't even act like decent human beings now. The coach says this to Nae Junsu. Jinman and Mingyu is hiding behind a box and is seeing all of this. After hearing the coach words, Nae Junsu clams a bit. He then asks the coach to lend him 20 million won, and after he makes a fortune, he will pay it back. The coach says that if he has that kind of money, he would have lent it to him a long time ago. Right. So stop looking now. Telling me to catch a shark right now is like telling my mom to die. Nae Junsu tells this to his coach and starts to walk away. Seeing Nae Junsu coming, Jinman and Mingyu turns around and acts like that. They are peeing. Nae Junsu sees this and says that they are bastards to do this in broad daylight. The coach calls for Nae Junsu, but he didn't listen to it and starts to walk away. Seeing him walk away, the coach also leaves the place. Jinman and Mingyu is still standing there and feels relief seeing Nae Junsu going away. Jinman is scared and he tells Mingyu that why did he bring him to watch Nae Junsu. Mingyu tells him to shut up and follow him and their next destination in Gangdong Fighting Club. After that, we can see Nae Junsu is at Xinjiang Hospital. He is walking through the hall and he sees the office supplies storage and feels bad. At that time, his phone rings and he picks it up. Guri, Lee, Taekyun Hanam, Yang Jonghwa. Thanks for organizing up to Haian in Yangpyeong. The person on the other side of the phone tells this. Hearing this, Na Junsu tells that he didn't ask him to like it, so stop talking nonsense and just make the deposit. The person on the other side of the phone laughs and says, "That's it. But I'm about to propose one more thing, now that it's just between you and me to decide the outcome." "What proposal do you have?" Na Junsu asked. "You still need money, don't you? I heard that the hospital expenses piled up to 2,000 won. As the man says this, Ne Junsu gets nervous and looks around. He sees that two boys standing in front of the office supplies storage is laughing while looking at him. The man then tells Ne Junsu to give up on the audition and he will take care of the hospital bills. Ne Junsu gets angry, and Lee Young-jil not TK cross the line. Lee Young-jil is another participant from the District 1. Hearing this tone of Na Junsu, Lee Young-jil tells that those words are what the strong say to the weak, and Na Junsu don't even stand a chance against him. Hearing this, Na Junsu gets furious and asked Lee Young-jil about his location. Later, we can see at Kangdong Fighting Club inside Lee Young-gil, he's sitting and watching a match between two people. As he is watching, he also tells the boys about their mistakes and is scolding them to do things properly. Hearing from Young-jil, the boys starts to punch heavily. Outside the club, Jin-man and Ming-yu is standing at the corner of the building. Jin-man tells Ming-yu that they will be screwed if they mess with Lee Young-jil. Ming-yu shouts at Jin-man and tells him that he is no longer scared of people like him. Hearing this, Jin-man gets angry and tries to attack Ming-yu, but after looking at Ming-yu's face, he stops and tries to convince Ming-yu that Lee Young-jil is not any other neighborhood guy that they can mess with. He is a total powerhouse. Lee Young-jil is a MMA fighter. He started martial arts because he enjoyed hitting people. But this dude turned out to be a natural-born prodigy. He is very strong that overcome any opponent. He beats them even after they gives up. He something went so mad that many people gets on the stage to stop him. When he gets on a fight, he gets berserk. One day in a MMA match, he make his opponent went into a vegetative state on the spot, and that's how Lee Young-jil's short-lived athletic career came to an end. Hearing this, Ming-yu asked Jin-man that if that bastard teaches kids in the gym. Jin-man replies that he heard that a player got cut and a new hotshot joined or something like that, and they making money by betting on fight and gambling broadcasts. While the two of them are talking at that time, Na Junsu comes there with a scary face. Inside the club, the match is about to end. Young-jil shouts at them to get up, but the two fights are exhausted and lays on the ring. At that time, one of Young-jil's subordinates comes to him and whispers something in his ears and starts to show him a fighting video of Heo-hyun from Yangpyeong and Na Junsu. As he play the video, we can see another District 1 participant, Heo-hyun, is fighting with Na Junsu. At that fight, Na Junsu is at defensive and Heo-hyun and continuously attacking him. Heo-hyun is very agile, but all of his attacks are being blocked by Na Junsu's arms. Heo-hyun moves aside and tries to punch on Na Junsu's stomach. Na Junsu notices this, and he also moves there to block the punch. But this was actually Heo-hyun's trick. Heo-hyun uses his agility and gets on the other side and lands a clear hit on Na Junsu's ribs. Na Junsu feels extreme pain, and it seems like some of his ribs gets cracked. Na Junsu bows down, holding his chest. At that time, Heo-hyun grabs his hairs and tells Na Junsu that he is finished now, but Na Junsu shocks Heo-hyun as he quickly recovers from the pain and grabs Heo-hyun's waist with his both hands. Na Junsu then uses his impressive strength and holds Heo-hyun up and then truns Heo-hyun and smash his head hard on the ground. After that, he holds Heo-hyun and punched directly at Heo-hyun's face with brute force, getting hit. Heo-hyun's face starts to bleed, and he gets completely knocked on the spot. Na Junsu then gets up and again holds his chest, and the broken ribs hurts a lot. Lee Young-jil sees this and smiles. After that, The subordinate of his puts the phone in his pocket and asked Youngjul that if Najunsu will come toady. If you grasp reality, Najunsu won't show up. As only the fearless bastards come, Youngjul replies. The subordinate then says that spending the cash on the medical bills feels like a waste to him. Hearing this, Youngjul laughs and asked his subordinate that if he really thinks that he will pay the medical bills even after that punk Najunsu taps out. The subordinate laughs. Hearing this. After that, Youngjul tells the other to set up the tools and bring in the players. As his orders, the people starts to set up the camera. New fighters come in front of Youngjul. He then tells the fighters that the prize money is 1,000,000 won and an additional 500,000 won if they can score a KO in the first round. And judging by the betting amount at stake, consider the bonus separately. After that, the two fighters gets ready and climbs on the stage. Youngjul notices that somebody comes in their club, so he turns back and sees that Nae Junsu is there. Nae Junsu is very angry, and he shouts, "I'm here, Lee, Youngjul, you damn son of a bitch." Seeing him, that fighters gets nervous. Lee Youngjul tells Najunsu that now he crossed the line. "You are the one who crossed the line, Lee Youngjul. Did you investigate at the hospital?" Najunsu says. Youngjul laughs and tells Najunsu that it looks like he has been pondering a bit, what Najunsu questioned. "I asked you where you were yesterday. Seems like you've been seriously pondering this whole time," Youngjul replies. Hearing this, Najunsu gets mad and his face turns red due to extreme anger. After that, Youngjul tells his subordinates to reset the betting and tells the fighters to come down as they have an unscheduled match. Saying this, Youngjul gets up on the ring and tells Nae Junsu to come up. Nae Junsu says if he is kidding him and tells him to come down. "Do you see the mobile phones installed in every corner over there? Is the betting going on right now? Because you messed up the first round, I have to bet again. Just shut up and come up. If you win, I'll cover your mom's hospital bills." Youngjul tells this to Najunsu. Hearing this, Najunsu gets mad and jumps on the stage. Seeing Najunsu jumping in the ring, Youngjul tells him that he thought he is a pig, but now it looks like he isn't just a pig. Najunsu stands up slowly and tells Youngjul that if he hits him with his full strength, he will be death in a single shot. After that, the two of them stands face to face and gets ready to fight. Youngjul takes off his t-shirt and throws it away. The two of them takes their fighting stands, and the first to attack is Youngjul. Youngjul rushed towards Nae Junsu to punch him. Youngjul is also very agile with his body and moves. He throws 4 consecutive punches at Nae Junsu, but Nae Junsu blocks all of them easily. Youngjul then uses his legs and kicks on Nae Junsu cracked ribs. Nae Junsu bites his teeth tightly to reduce the pain. Nae Junsu takes a step back and thinks that he can't take one more hit on that place. While Na Junsu is thinking, that time Youngjul launches his another kick, and now he aims at Na Junsu's neck. Na Junsu couldn't react to this, so the kick lands directly on his neck. This is a Brazilian kick. Seeing this, the subordinates of Youngjul cheers for him. Nae Junsu touches his neck and presses it a bit, and acts like nothing happened to him. Seeing this, Youngjul feels a bit nervous. Is that all you can do? It'll be best to keep your mouth shut and just do your best. I'm different from the kids you've been playing with all this time. Najunsu tells this to Youngjul. After that, he rushed towards Youngjul. Seeing this, Youngjul steps back. He bounced on the ropes and get on the other side. After escaping from Nae Junsu, Youngjul teases him, saying that if he thinks that he can catch him. Nae Junsu gets furious and he grinds his teeth. Youngjul also give an angry look. Nae Junsu then again rushes towards Youngjul, but he again uses the help of the ropes and jumps to the other side. But this time, Nae Junsu shows his speed and catch up with Youngjul. He quickly grabs Youngjul's neck. Youngjul starts to punch Najunsu's face, but this punches didn't affect Najunsu a bit. Najunsu then holds Youngjul's chest and raises him up. He then throws Youngjul on the stage. Youngjul quickly recovers from the shock, and he takes a few steps back. Now, Youngjul gets mad, and he rushed to strike Nae Junsu with his knee. But in front of Naejunsu's strength, Youngjeol is no match. So Naejunsu stops Youngjeol's knee attack with his arm and then counterattacks. Seeing the attack of Naejunsu, Youngjeol gets into defense. But as Naejunsu's strong punch lands on Youngjeol's arms and he rolls away, Youngjeol stands up and now B feels that Naejunsu is like a wild beast. But for some reason, he gets excited and feels that he can take Naejunsu on. Youngjeol again starts to attack. Some of his punches gets dodged, but some are blocked by Naejunsu. After that, Naejunsu makes his move, but Youngjeol dodges it and lands a punch on Naejunsu's chin. Naejunsu gets mad and he tries to catch Youngjeol. Now Naejunsu makes a fall move and let his guard open. Youngjeol takes this chance and kicks on the injured place of Naejunsu. Naejunsu's ribs break and another one gets cracked. Naejunsu vomits water as he feels unimaginable pain. Seeing this, Youngjeol laughs and he didn't stop there. He, again, punched at Naejunsu's head. Getting hit, Naejunsu falls down. Youngjeol looks at his boys and they starts to cheer for him. While they are cheering, and Red Jacket Boy looks at the stage and gets scared. Seeing this, Youngjeol also turns and gets nervous to see that Naejunsu get up. Naejunsu is really furious. He tears his cloth and his huge body full of muscles gets shown. The place where his ribs gets broken turns dark blue, but this does bother Naejunsu. He shouts and says that he will kill Youngjeol. In the meantime, Jinman and Mingyu is climbing up. Jinman is trying to convince Mingyu that they should leave now, as they just escaped from getting caught by Naejunsu. Mingyu tells Jinman that if he is scared, he should leave. Inside the ring, the match between Naejunsu and Youngjeol is going on. Both of them starts to attack each other fiercely. One time Youngjeol punches Naejunsu, the other time Naejunsu punches Youngjeol. Mingyu and Jinman gets in front room and looks through the glass doors. Both of them get scared to see this fierce fight. Naejunsu now corners Youngjeol, and he is about to make the final blow, but Youngjeol is a pro fighter. He sees this and pushed the ropes back to dodge the attack. Youngjeol, again, escapes from Naejunsu. Both of them are bleeding from their nose. Youngjeol now rests on the corner as he gets tired. Youngjeol looks at his subordinate and points him something. His subordinate understands it and goes towards the cameraman and tells him to turn off the stream. After that, he slowly starts to climb the stage when Naejunsu and Youngjeol is fighting. Youngjeol get damage on his head and he starts to feel dizzy. Naejunsu then garbs Youngjeol's pants and gives him a nice suplex. Youngjeol hits the stage and bonks away and lays down in a corner. Naejunsu gets up, but he is also exhausted at that time. While Naejunsu's guard is down, the subordinate of Youngjeol get on the stage with a baseball bat, and he hits the injured place of Naejunsu with that bat. Getting hit, Naejunsu feels excruciating pain. He holds his chest and falls on the floor. After that, the boy throws the bat and gets down of the stage, and he tells the cameraman to turn on the broadcast. In the meantime, Youngjeol recovers and he gets up. He climbs on the unconscious Naejunsu's body and punched hard on the face of Naejunsu. Youngjeol starts to punch continuously on the face like a madman. Naejunsu can't do anything as he is unconscious. After a while, Youngjeol stops and the face of Naejunsu gets covered in blood. Youngjeol then raises his hand and declares him the champion. The subordinates of his also starts to scream. The green t-shirt boy asks the cameraman that how is the situation. The man replies that it's in chaos. The people watching the broadcast starts to complain for stopping the broadcast in the middle of the match. So to handle the chaos situation, the green t-shirt boy tells the cameraman to apologize, and for the inconvenience they will provide each with 5,000 points. Hearing this, the cameraman gets shocked as this is a lot of money. The green t-shirt boy smiles and says that all that money is going to be theirs. Jinman and Mingyu sees this act, and Mingyu gets mad at them for using us a cowardice method. After that, the subordinates of Youngjeol takes the body of Naejunsu and puts it in a car and drives it to a park. The green t-shirt is also there. As they arrived at the park, the green t-shirt boy tells the others to quickly take the body and place in on a bench and leave the place before making any scene. The two boys starts to carry the huge body of Na Junsu slowly. They throws the body at a bench and gets a bit annoyed as the body is very heavy. Na Junsu then looks at them with his scary eyes. Seeing this, the boys get scared, but after a while, Na Junsu falls into unconscious again. The boys leave quickly. Now, Na Junsu is sitting on a bench under the lamppost and thinks about the words of Youngjeol. As he was being taken away from the club at that time, Youngjeol tells Na Junsu that he acknowledges Na Junsu's strength, but now, as he has got beaten, so he has to stay quiet. And from now on, he will be the one pulling him up from above as he wants the money. Na Junsu recalls this, and falls on the bench and gets unconscious. After that, Jinman and Mingyu shows up. They stands in front of Na Junsu. Mingyu tells Jinman that they should move the body. Hearing this, Jinman freaks out and tells Mingyu that it's dangerous and what will happen to them when Na Junsu wakes up while they are moving his body. Mingyu totally ignores Jinman and he takes Na Junsu's arm to raise him, but as Na Junsu is very heavy, it is impossible for Mingyu to carry him, so he tells Jinman to hurry up and help him as he is just helping an injured person to get to the hospital. Hearing this, Jinman looks at the sky and cry for having us a unfortunate fate. But after that, Jinman sits on the ground and tells Mingyu to put Na Junsu onto his back. After that, Jinman and Mingyu gets to Yonghak's training center and there they meets up with Kang. They tells Kang about all that happened and tells him that they left Na Junsu at the hospital. Was the reason he auditioned for the audition because use of his mother's medical bills? Kang asked. Mingyu replies yes, and tells Kang that they had heard it when Na Junsu was talking with the coach. Mingyu also tells that Youngjeol is provoking Na Junsu while taking about money. Kang gets quiet and starts to remember an incident from his past. It was year 2002. Kang lives with his gangmates. Kang was smoking a cigarette, and his subordinates are doing something with weapons and bats. Among the subordinates, there is a 19-years-old boy named Hwang Taegyu. Suddenly, Kang addressed Taegyu and tells him that, when he face off against the other organization later, just back off roughly. Hearing this, Taegyu gets nervous and tells Kang that he will not do that and take the lead. Cho Do-young hits Taegyu at the back and tells him to be careful, as lanky guys like him are easy targets to get stabbed. Taegyu rubs his head and tells that he would rather take it than seeing them suffer. Kang then throws a bundle of money in front of Taegyu and tells that he heard that his dad's hospital bills are overdue. So he tells Taegyu that once work's done today, go to the hospital and settle it. Taegyu hesitates a bit and asks if he really have to take it. Hurry up and put it in. That's the price of these guys' lives. Quick before I change my mind, Cho Do-young again hits Taegyu and tells this to him. Taegyu then takes the money. As soon as he takes it, he stands up and starts to cry. He then bows towards Kang and thanks him. Kang smiles while smoking. After a few days, we can see that Taegyu is dead. At his funeral, Kang and his rest of the gang members gathered. Seeing this, Kang gets furious. Now back to the present, Kang tells Mingyu not to go, wandering around trying to gather information from now on as he will handle it himself. Hearing this, Mingyu tells Kang that Na Junsu was really stronger than Woo Minjun and Hwang Dongyuk, but he ended up like that all alone. Kang says okay and tells Mingyu that he gets what he tries to mean. Jinman then gets up and holds Kang's shoulders and says, thanks to him, you for putting an end to that bastard's rampage. Kang smiles, and after that, he gets out and stands alone. He thinks that, when someone is born with strength and size but meet an unfortunate environment, becoming a thug is almost inevitable. Then we can see Youngjeol, who is sitting inside the stage, is talking to someone with the phone. He tells that he cleared out District 1. We can see the person on the other side, is a white-haired man who seems like a big shot. He asked Youngjul that if that all he got. Youngjul gets shocked, and he replies, "It's not." The white-haired man then tells him to do well and cuts the call and hands the phone to his subordinate. As he walks in the pub, people bows towards him.